Welcome back, everyone, to another LEGO Star Wars 2024 discussion video, and today we're going to be talking about LEGO Star Wars 2024 Clone Troopers. I'll pretty much be giving you guys a full recap about everything we know so far, and then in particular, I actually want to discuss how I think one Clone Trooper that they're making this year might actually be a bad decision for LEGO to make, and how I think it can actually affect LEGO going forwards. Before we get into that, though, I do actually want to announce the winner for the last 2024 Clone Trooper Battle Pack. They will be up on the screen right now. Please contact me via Instagram or email. And then I do want to start the next giveaway for another Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Totally free to enter. It is international. Just keep in mind, if you guys do live in a different country, I will have to just PayPal you the $30 value. And it takes about 30 seconds to enter. All you guys have to do is actually subscribe to this YouTube channel, leave a like on this video, like my past 3 videos, always helps out, and then also leave a comment down below in the comment section. Which Clone Trooper do you want LEGO to make next? So getting into the actual video, by now we pretty much know everything coming out for the first half of 2024. Besides, we don't know the second Polybag, we don't know the May 4th promo, and we also don't know 75383, but I don't think any of that stuff's going to be Clone Trooper related. So basically for 2024 so far, we do have the new Battle Pack, which is a great value set, a very wonderful little $30 buy. And if you guys like modern Clone Troopers, you guys definitely love this set. And bottom line of it, really nothing too much to say bad about this set. But moving forward in March, we do have the ARC Trooper 5's minifigure coming in the Tantive 4 boarding hallway scene. That will be a 25th anniversary minifigure. Then May 1st in the Grogu's Escape, we now know there's going to be 2 501st clones in there. Just regular 501st with the helmet holes, which technically has never been done before, but it's all existing parts. And then moving into also May, we have the Commander Cody Brickheadz, which I have my doubts on whether or not that's going to look good or not. Really no one has been able to do good Clone Trooper Brickheadz yet, especially Phase 2 ones. So hopefully LEGO can knock it out of the park with some new molds, some new prints. But after that, June 1st, 2024, we do have the Captain Rex's Y-Wing Microfighter, which at this point, safe to say, it will be the exact same Captain Rex as the UCS Venator. And you guys might be thinking, that's the Clone Trooper I want to talk about. But it's actually not. That's everything we know so far. I don't doubt for a second, though, that, in the summer, we're going to get some more clone-related stuff, but, that's to be determined. All that stuff should be going public here within about, probably 2 weeks or so, so definitely stay tuned to the channel. But the Clone Trooper I actually want to talk about today is ARC Trooper 5's, okay? So he will be a 25th anniversary minifigure. That's why he's in the Tantive 4 boarding hallway scene. We don't know yet for sure whether or not he's going to have print on the back, for a, a 25th logo and kind of, quote-unquote ruin the minifigure. But basically, I want to talk about, kind of how I think they'll do him, and then also why I think it's actually a bad thing for LEGO to make a 5's minifigure in general, let alone in 2024. So, of course, this ARC Trooper 5's could either be Phase 1.5 or Phase 2. Phase 1.5 would require them to make a, either bring back the 2012 ARC Trooper helmet or just kind of redo that and make a brand new one. I extremely doubt they still have that 2012 mold. And I highly doubt they actually want to go through trouble of making another version of that mold. But if they do make that version, that's kind of the best of both worlds, because it's really kind of a pitch perfect idea. The only thing that would be missing at that point is probably a waist cape, since they're probably not going to be putting that on this minifigure either way. But yeah, Phase 1.5, I think that would be the dream if they actually make the helmet, proper. But moving into Phase 2, which I personally think this is probably the version they're going to do, and probably the most obvious. Shout out to Toxic Tiger over on Instagram for actually making a very accurate, this is probably going to be close to exactly what we get as a 25th anniversary minifigure, at least from the front view. And this is using the new double helmet hole helmet, of course, where you can actually put the antenna in there, which, again, prime example of where the functionality of helmet holes, of course, comes into play. Everyone can agree that, a Clone Trooper that always has an antenna, being able to put that antenna on your LEGO Clone Trooper is a plus. Perfect. We love it. Very accurate. Good job, LEGO. But then, the only downside, of course, again, and the main complaint with these holes these days, which I don't think people understand, I'm not going to get into it too much, I'm not going to beat that horse anymore, but it's the fact now there's going to be 4 different little, mold points, where the holes would be. There's, 2 functional ones and 2 non-functional ones. That's the downside, okay? Having 4 different things right there. But again, the functionality of having the actual antenna, A plus. Okay, moving down for the rest of the minifigure, of course, is going to look 2020 style for the helmet, and then the pauldrons here. I personally doubt Lego's going to do two different ones. I think what Toxic Tiger did is a very good little option for kind of making it look more like an ARC Trooper pauldron that really kind of does cover both sides. And then the ammo pouch probably going to be the exact same as Captain Rex. In my opinion, a little big, but according to the Ahsoka show, his bullets are, the size of his entire, fourth of his chest, but it is what it is. Then moving down either further, of course, the guns probably going to be the exact same ones they've been using. I think they're very oversized, but is what it is. Doesn't really ruin the minifigure. And then, of course, you're probably going to be no cloth waist cape. I mean, I think Lego's kind of, set their foot down and really kind of made that decision. So it will be a printed waist cape, which, again, you guys know my thoughts. I don't think that is the best choice Lego should be doing, especially when they have done cloth waist capes or plastic waist capes in the past. But then to kind of bookend this section is I would love to know down below, what version of ARC Trooper 5s do you personally think we'll be getting? Do you think we're going to be getting Phase 1.5 or Phase 2? I personally think Phase 2. I think, of course, it's probably a lot easier for them to make. They already have the existing helmet mold. They don't really got to do anything too new. And then also, to kind of keep it consistent with every other Phase 2 clone on the shelves, I think it's pretty obvious they're going to do Phase 2, but if you really think they're going to do Phase 1.5, I would love to know your reasonings down below. All right, speaking of reasonings, now let's get into my quick thoughts on why I think them making ARC Trooper 5s might not be in their best interest. And I want to preface this by saying two things. First off, this is my entire opinion. I don't want to kind of sway you guys or make you guys think differently. This is kind of the first opinion maybe in a while where I definitely feel like there's going to be way more people disagreeing with me. But remember, keep it civil. Let's just discuss it. And I also do want to say hopefully I can make this as clear as possible as to kind of my thought process. And then I also do want to say, me personally, I am 1000% fine that they are making an ARC Trooper 5's minifigure. But basically where I'm getting at, I think for the mass majority of Lego Star Wars consumers, okay, the average fans, the new fans, the super fans, I think this might actually be a little bit of a bad thing going forward in regards to the actual Lego group themselves. Okay, so they've had about 10 or 12 years now, if not even a little bit longer, for them to actually start making a 5s minifigure or really any other named character that isn't a captain or commander. And named characters in Clone Trooper, of course, that's what we're talking about here. So back then, another reason why I think Lego might have not touched the named clones too much, besides the, of course, captains and commanders, is once you start making one of these guys, all right, once you kind of, get into that level below captains and commanders, which I think even the lesser known captains and commanders are still more kind of needed than, say, someone like a 5s. And hear me out here, because when you're getting into those clones, all right, those are for leading your clone army, and those are kind of like strict staples of being a part of your Lego clone army and are needed to lead all of the grunts that Lego puts within these sets. Okay, shock troopers, plain Phase 2 clones, 501st, 212th. We need the commanders and captains. But once you start getting into this kind of like lower level of, ARC Trooper 5's huge character, huge fan favorite and everything. But the second you make one of them, I feel like a lot of people are going to start wanting and expecting all of them, all right? Because ARC Trooper 5s is not the only notable named clone, all right? We're looking at Waxer, Boyle, ARC Trooper Echo, Clone Wars version. We've got Boost, we've got Comet, we've got Sinker, we've got even from the other 501st. Like, think about it for a second. Even if we're just like limiting it to 501st clones, which is arguably probably the public opinion of the most favorite Legion, most wanted to collect Legion. All right, we have Captain Rex, of course. We just got a new one, okay? We have plenty of 501st clones, more than we could ever use. All right, you have ARC Trooper 5s now, which, again, hopefully he does not have the printing on the back, but I feel like even if he does, you put a backpack on him and you can still use him as a regular figure. And now, all right, think about all the fan base now that once you opened up a can of worms here. All right, you gave us a 5s, you gave us a named character that isn't a captain or commander. Think about all the fans now that are going to be asking and possibly expecting ARC Trooper Jesse, ARC Trooper Echo, Hardcase, Tup, Dogma. We're looking at Kicks. We're looking at regular Jesse. I'm going to follow along with me right here. All right, this is all I'm getting at. Again, I don't really mind this. I think anyone has the right to voice their opinion, as a consumer. If a consumer puts on a Lego post like, hey, can you make a hard case clone trooper? Like, that's not inherently a bad thing. But I feel like it might start getting a little, dicey in the community, since we're already kind of at a point where there is a lot of division, all right, of people expecting this, people not expecting this, people saying it's going downhill, people saying that, the quality is the same, people not liking this, people liking, like, there's so much divisiveness already, where I feel like now you throw in a level of, another maybe kind of group that gets formed of, expectations of, now you have fives, now you want your ARC Trooper Jesse, you want your ARC Trooper Echo, you need all these other 501st to kind of get the whole rundown, the whole slew of 501st. All right, well, I think I kind of want to leave this video here. I'm at like 25 minutes of footage of me trying to get my point across as clear as possible without making it like super long. So hopefully you guys kind of get where I'm coming from. Again, I just want to reiterate, I am perfectly fine that they are making an ARC Trooper 5s. I've got no personal complaints. Even if the minifigure turns out, subjectively poor or, very, very good, I'm fine with it either way. It's still going to be a part of my collection. I'm going to get the set. The real 5s are going to sit in my collection somewhere forever. And if I really want to worry about, super accurate and kind of get a more realistic one out, I'll either, grab my GCC one here, or I'll go pick my CAC one out of the case. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's where I'm kind of at with it. Do you guys think that maybe they opened up a can of worms they shouldn't have? Are you guys 100% fine with it? Do you think it's going to lead to, kind of more controversy or more people, having expectations over the years that Lego just can't meet? And understandably, I've never once put it on Lego, to have expectations of giving us every named clone ever. I think it was honestly a really good thing that they went all of the 2010s and, especially early 2010s when Clone Wars was out. I think it was a very good thing that they did not give us named clones back then of, the regular grunts and some of these arcs and some of these sergeants and lieutenants, because again, once you make one of them, there's going to be a group of people that want them all right, and that's what I'm kind of worried about now. So leave your thoughts down below. I'd love to know down below if you guys think this is a valid point. Am I completely out of pocket? Do you guys see where I'm coming from? Did I make 0 sense for these past 5 or 6 minutes? So definitely let me know all that down below. Definitely enter the giveaway, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys, and stay safe.